train station there. Poliseca! Hey, thanks for the sub! That water's a bit too downstream for my liking. I couldn't see my family moving to this place. This poop water? We still have to expand to the island. I think the island's going to be pretty simple. With the highway here, it's going to be really easy to make a little bit of on-off access. And if we're just doing like a residential commercial office area, I think the traffic will be very, very, very manageable. Name more areas. True. We also don't have ships yet. And I guess that's one of the things. If we go and build some shipping over here, it'll be quite good. I know that the shipping can end up being pretty heavy on the traffic too, the cargo shipping. So I'm not sure if we want to rush out the cargo shipping. Because I'm not sure it's going to help with anything. It might just make things worse. Although if it's on undedicated area, I'm going to go ahead and buy the southern part of the island. Boom. So what are we at right now? 1, 2, 3. We're at 6 of 9. And we haven't even touched, really, 3 of them. Except to build a dam here. This is still mostly empty. Oh my god. I mean, I know our population number isn't high, but we have a ton of shit going on. Alright, let's take a look at what we can do with a boat. Let's get our ship together. Cargo harbor. So you can see here the cargo shipping lanes, and you're plugging into those things. Height too high. Really? Oh, there's a spot there. Alright, so I'm going to put a cargo shipping thing at the bottom here. Which needs water and power. And what I'm going to do is what? Just connect it to the highway? Actually, I wonder, can we move this? Cannot connect route. Oh, you need line of sight. Oh, this might be better. Let's do that instead. With the idea that we're going to have a dedicated, basically on-off ramp system for this. It comes with the road. I can't get rid of this road, and it's a two-way, which is a little annoying to me. I wonder if the best thing to do at this point that counts as space already occupied. Okay, but coming from the end works. If we do this, so what we want is we want to come off this way and then get back on. Oops, I don't want a straight line. I want my fancy thing. And then come on like that. Then, from here, we want to... It'd be really nice if we could tuck in an elevated area right over here. And we can. Good. So this connects up to here. Because that's the inn. Oh, looks so derpy. So I want to get there, and then I want to get it back on the highway over here. It's like I want something that ultimately dumps them back on the highway this way. So let's deal with that first. So when they leave, one of the options for leaving... I'm talking about already occupied. I think it works better if it's straight. So go to the right, go there, come in this way. Alright, good. So, when we're leaving, the other way we'd like to leave... Is it the tree? There we are. It's like this, and then across that way, across again, and then coming in there. So, it leaves this thing here for our input, which we can do... Firstly, I know it's going to be like straight angles, but then we can drop down underneath this one. I said underneath this one. No? Really? If this one were higher, we'd be alright. Go from here. Well, maybe. And then too steep. And then down again. And then connect up to there. Alright, you. No, we're still not going to be able to go under that. Almost. There was a second there where it was... No, it's not actually allowed. Okay. So we'll go in from the outside. One, two. It's too steep until you get here, but then it becomes okay. We'll use the cool curve. Extend that way. Our goal is to land over there. Like so. Alright. We need power. Where's our power line? We got one way over there. Let's run this bad boy. Hey, Colossal City! Nuclear power plants! And a new region. It's a record. I haven't gotten a city this big before. Some water way over there. Alright. So let's see what this guy can do. You got water, you got power. People get in, out, out. Are you actually going to do anything, though? Well, I guess we're going to have to wait for some ships to show up. We'll come back to you after we see some ships. This is a two-way lane. Everyone can go both ways here. All right. There's no industry over here. It's possible it's so far out of the way from any industry, nothing will happen. But I'm betting there's going to be some stuff that starts to come in. And before Chernobyl. Now, question, how much power? So the solar plant generates 160 power. Oh, for cheap. It's really good. And the nuclear... High water usage. Generates 640 for 8,000 per week, which seems inefficient. Also, 200,000 to buy. Interesting. Alright, well, we have to figure out how we want to deal with our people here. We've got some in and out stuff, but we want a proper or a different kind of ramp system. I think what I'm going to do is end up building a couple of these. This will be a pretty area. We'll go right to the tree line things right away. I'm going to go into the middle here, start up, make the minimum sort of length on that side and on that side, and then we're going to take it and drop it down like so, and down like so. And I'm going to do another one of those over here. Oh, there's a boat! We're getting boats, you guys! That, and... Oops, no, up. And then down. Look at that, quite a few boats, generating a lot of cargo traffic. It's ridiculous. Luckily, it's dedicated. It's got its own dedicated exchange, just like the other one. So, hopefully, presumably, this is good. I don't know if this is actually something that makes more money, if it makes my companies happier, or if I'm just spending a bunch of money on this harbor and dramatically increasing my traffic. No clue. No clue. And build something that goes along the highway like we gotta leave enough room for the on-off ramp stuff, actually. Let me figure that out first, since we know it is my nemesis. Extend it out a little bit. I mean, really, it's going to come in right over there. So, we can do the out first. So you can get these really compact little constructs. Who dat? Zeri Other. Thank you very much for subscribing. Alright, in, out. Same thing on the other side. This will be the in that goes this way and connects there. And then we've got an out. Can we get an out that looks cool? Now, there's one area that's not ideal in that if anyone wants to sort of go in the other direction, they have to go up and over. But this is a real-life style intersection. Whether it's the most efficient or not, I don't know. We'll find out. But it is one that works in real life. Now, the question is, what do I do about this? Yeah, I can connect there. Sort of. Not straight. And is it a good idea to connect there? My feeling is no. There's traffic lights here and everything. Well, if there's already traffic light, you know what? Let's see what happens. I can always move the rest of it afterwards. Oh, I'm on the straight. No, let's not be straight. Can always bulldoze everything. I actually don't know how traffic is going to deal with all that. Let's make this all the way straight. This one can connect over there. It's not exactly a right angle, but it's not too terrible. That's much straighter than I expected. And we'll do this and actually leave a little bit of room for some green space between the buildings. Okay. So, we are looking for a lot of industrial. People want jobs. Well, we're going to do office for that. So, we're going to drag out our marquee square here and on the other side, which is going to require a separate drag. Roundabouts. Ooh, yeah. The problem is there's not a good, like, 4 square roundabout here. Maybe. Actually, probably, because the traffic's going to back up here, isn't it? The problem with this intersection, even without these extra little bits, is we have traffic lights regardless, which is bad and slow. What if we do something a little different? What if we took the traffic in here and then out over there? I wonder if that would be an improvement. I don't know. Let's see what that does. Put in all this stuff. We'll obviously need some services over here as well. Can we reach the other side? Yes, we can. So that. Crematorium. Obviously, that's super important. Fire station. Police station. Water. And power should reach? No, it won't actually. We're going to have to encourage it, like so. I feel like this is probably too short of an on-ramp. But let's see what happens. And we'll see if splitting up the on and off, well, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? We are going to need some cross streets over here, because that's a long way to go without any ability to turn around. They could probably just be 2 lanes. So just a few little cross streets. There, and maybe another one over here. There we go. Before the buildings get established and they get kind of cranky at me. I mean, it's such... This thing here is such a, like, a cute little interchange. I keep saying intersection, which it sort of is, but it's an interchange in my head. The problem is, it's not... It's fine for a low volume, and it's certainly compact, but it sucks at high volume. But as long as we don't have any industrial goods going in and out, we might be okay. See, look at this. This has got nothing. No buildings. There's nothing wrong with this. I mean, you couldn't get any fucking simpler than that. There's no traffic light. You just go in, drop off your shit, leave. And yet we've got a huge backup because these things are just insane for the cargo trucks. I might just skip these next time. I don't know. Feels like they generate a little too much traffic. It's cool to see the boats come in and out, though. And we will do a passenger boat as well. In fact, we'll probably do that now. Regular harbor. Get some tourism down. And yeah, what we'll do is we'll just, we'll grab this double road. Bring it as far to the end as we can. Whoops. Straight. Okay, but not a bridge. And then this thing here, just a little 2-lane road that connects everything up. And we want to run some power there, just in the short term. I mean, it'll reach. How do I want to run the power? From here? Can we cross? Apparently the answer is no. What's it already occupied by? Well, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that you can build power out in the sea. Like that. I call it the Zorro. And for some reason, this place has no water. Well, no fresh water. Alright, so we'll start to get some tourists and stuff coming in over here. We'll definitely want to service it with some public transit, but for now we're okay. No one can get in because your off-ramp's really an on-ramp? No. No. And no. Like, people keep saying this shit, and it's not true. I mean, there's only one kind of ramp for the highway. Just a highway ramp. And the only thing that matters is what direction they were built in. And this is the outside, and out goes out there, and it goes out there. This is the inside, which comes in from here, and comes in from here. So that one's fine. And over here, same thing. It goes in this way, it goes out that way, it goes in this way, it goes out that way, and then they can swap by going over the bridge. Clean the rivers? Poop up the river. Unless there's another one, but it's a nice sharp corner. I like that. And they actually do slow down on the corner too, which is not ideal. But what's funny is the backup is happening here. I guess because they can go so fast on the ramp here, and then they got to slow down. I don't know. The last one wasn't right. The problem is, like, whenever you guys say something, I'm looking at somewhere completely different on the screen. Alright, this one comes in. This one goes out. This one comes in. This one goes out. Poop goes in, poop goes out. You can't explain that. I'm gonna ignore the chat now, I think. Unless Essentia has decoded it and she can let me know, but probably not. People have to be more specific about that ramp is broken. Have to let me know exactly which ramp is broken, if any of them. But I think we're alright. Save the river. Should actually. I think at this point it's time. We get the money. Yep. 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 We're going to use the filtered water output and try to clean this stuff up. We're going to try to clean up this shit. Still need 3 of them, because they have exactly the same potential as the others. I think all 3 of them are connected. Nope, this one is not. Sewage treatment, yep, okay, we're fine now. We got a disconnected set of power over here. We're fine. Highway sound barrier would be cool. In fact, would be an excellent idea here, especially if I'm planning on building on the inside. Let's go ahead and upgrade these bad boys with the sound barriers. Because let's take a look at the noise pollution. See this? Noise pollution is pouring into an area where I'm planning on having it be residential. So let's go ahead and set that up. Costs $260 to upgrade, which is not much at all. Cars move just as fast. There's slightly more upkeep, but it's generally speaking okay. Now, there's still going to be some leakage of the sound, but not as much. Look at this. Look, compare the sound pollution here versus here. It's much, much lower. And I think it's still adjusting as well, so. Way better. What are we looking for right now? Apparently more commercial. Well, especially here where tourists might show up. We're going to go ahead and commercial up this whole thing. Still need to set up some buses nearby. Oh, these are already residential. Anyway, let's delete that, make it commercial. Let's delete, commercial. There we go. We don't have much demand for the residential right now, actually. Need more industrial. Well, we will work on that, my friends. We are going to use the curly road. We're going to attach from here. Going to come up this way. And run another big area this way. I realize that my distances sort of grew. But that's okay. Straight lines are for suckers. No one likes straight lines. Let's go and build the nice tree-lined roads. And then we'll build a couple of cross streets from time to time here and here. And there. And there. And sure, why not? One more. So we mostly need industrial, so that will be offices in this case. We're going to grab the marquee tool and really go to town here. Some of that. We're going to go and paint in. Maybe we'll use the marquee again. Right, because they're not even roads. They're bendy roads. Some of these blocks. If they were straight lines, we would end up with probably more bigger buildings. This is going to be okay. A little more of that. And we are definitely needing some public transit out here. There's going to be a lot of demand for workers out here that need to be supplied from elsewhere. I mean, we do have some high... Oops. Some high capacity residential over here, but not that much. We can expand it, but yeah, we're going to need a little bit more. How do you not have power? Oh, I guess you're not really touching the others. They will get there. Actually, I say that. It's entirely possible that we will need to run a power line across the highway here. Yeah, I think we will. Well, we're connected here, which means we're going to get power as soon as more stuff populates in this end of town. But because I have no zones here, I can pretty safely do something like this, which at least, if anything spawns here, that'll power everything up. And we'll just wait. Maybe what I can do is I can put another fancy building in. What do we have? The Expo Center. There we go. Let's build an Expo Center here, because it can potentially service my my tourists coming off the boat. We'll need an airport soon, too. Can we build an airport now? No, it's still locked away. Jeez. Look at these cruise ships. Very cool. What are our stats? We're not actually servicing any passengers. We should be getting tourists, though. Right away, we've already got some visitors at the Expo Center. That's good. Power complaints over here. Fair enough. Anyway, I'll go ahead and just to create like some extra power connections across our rivers, we'll do something like that. Can't wait for a fully unlocked mode. There is! You people! It's like one of the first things we knew about the game. At shipment, there's like mods that are included in that you can toggle on. One gives you unlimited money, one unlocks everything, one enables hard mode if you really want to be a masochist. Those are already in there. So don't worry, if you just like to build and have everything open from the start, that is absolutely there. This looks pretty nice, actually. It's like kind of like a real city. Traffic should actually be manageable. It looks like it's the industrial stuff that's the crazy sauce. We're fine here. Yeah, this is a short little on and off ramps, which back up some of the highway traffic a little bit. Also, the fact that they can't, to go from here to down there, they have to cross the bridge, will never be particularly fast. We did do this road here so that people don't have to get on the bridge if they want to go north. We might want to do the same thing for people who are trying to go south. The only problem is, with all the crap going on, we don't really have room for it. Could split something off from the same bit. It's not the same degree of efficiency. Yeah. Oh, and then it's also people that are trying to get on the highway from the north. They want to get on the highway over here. Still like this one. I think it'll just have to be redone. So what we're looking to do is from here to there, which we can do. It would be nice if the highways were separated a little bit more, because it'd be easier to get a ramp that comes in the north side, which we can do. I mean, traffic is flowing, it's just not flowing well. It could be done better. Also, I don't like that they can go left or right here, and therefore cause an intersection. If this were... I don't think there's any way to do it, is there? If I come in at a sharper angle, does that work? I don't think so. Like, if I do that... No, they can still turn left on there. I would like to designate this as forcing it a one-way, but what I have to do is split this road in half. Ooh, that would be potentially really good. Instead of continuing this as a 4-lane, I could split it at this point into 2 one-ways, which would give me a little bit more control. I can spread things out a little bit more. Svartkomments says, it's incredible the chat can move this fast with almost no trolls. Well, that's because we have some of the best moderators in the game. Also, it's very helpful that I did turn on that you have to have a verified email address to be able to chat here, because I think it stops a lot of people from creating, like, shitty trolley accounts. I suppose I could put a proper Cloverleaf here. That would be the thing to do. Now, there is one in the game, but this is for dual highway meetings, which is not what we're looking to do. Plus, it's very hard to place these pre-made things on this terrain because it's a little lumpy. But a Cloverleaf is really what we're looking for. The advantage of the dual highway, though, and this is a big, big advantage, is they are one-way, so they don't create intersections. Alright, let's do a big bulldoze here. And one of the things I'm going to request is a bulldoze mode that's like a marquee tool, so I don't have to click a whole bunch. We're going to pause. I'm going to take, what is this? A bus depot. We're going to move it somewhere else. Right over here. Now, I'm going to try to not disturb the train line. Even this should go. So what I'm going to use 2 one-way streets instead of this 4-way, which is going to make a big difference. So, I mean, we could use the highway, which is basically the one-way. Is that what we want to do? I think we can make do like this. Let's give it a try. So if I do that, and then I drop it down... Oops, it didn't actually drop. Cancel. Try this again. Start here, cross. Now, drop down. Now, the question is... Let me just, I don't know. Bring this over here. You can see there's no traffic lights, which is good for speed. The question... I'll adjust this in a second anyway. The question is, if I do an off-ramp that comes here and then connects here, does it create traffic lights? No. And I think that's what's going to be our big speed savior. Is exactly that sort of stuff. In fact, these don't even have to be... Well, by doing a one-way, they've got 2 lanes. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I want to get rid of this and this because I want to come in at a slightly different angle. Come in like this, like that, and like that. Okay, good. And then I want another one that goes the other way. going to start from here. Are we elevated? No. Oh, use the straight tool for this bit. Like that, so we can line things up pretty well. Short as we can, drop it down. Like that, and then keep it going. And then the tricky part is we have to start from here and then connect up, because we need to get the order of the direction of the one way is proper. Same thing there. Oh, see, space is already occupied. There we go. So we got to start at the right distance. Then from here, this connects there and this connects here, and it creates no traffic lights. No traffic lights, which is really good. So we're already connected here, so this guy is use the cool tool, bend. Then we could even we don't even have to connect at the same place. Hang on. Wrong direction. So here we're fine. Okay, because I have to start from here. But yeah, I'm going to actually start from here, because I can. It doesn't really make a difference. Like so. Alright, so the right lane is one way, one way, one way. And you can choose whether you're going straight or you're going to the right. And this, which is now the right lane, is a one-way this way. Still a one-way. Still a one-way. And we all connect up over here. Alright, very cool. Flying cars! So now, we have to not F up the ramps. Now, in a Clover... Interchange, Clover, Leaf. What do they like to use? Get some with little arrows? No, no arrows on that one, so it's useless. This one is just a picture. So the idea on a traditional Cloverleaf is from here, we would take off this way. Maybe even a slightly bigger angle. We need a fair bit of room to make this work. Well, I mean, it's not round. It's not exactly clovery, but it is working. And then from here, like that. Alright. Then, on the eastbound lane, we do the same sort of thing. Where we leave here and try to get a 360 loop to connect that way. And then the hard part, well, not really the hard part. From here, we want to make sure we can go east by dodging the train tracks. I fit something in over here-ish. There we go. Doesn't look like a clover. And this intersection is wacky. But the idea is, so if you're going north here, you can either head east, or you can still go across, at which point you will be able to leave here and connect westbound traffic. And this westbound traffic can also just leave and connect to the northbound. Now this is going to be, no, that's fine, that's fine. So west can go north. West cannot yet go south, which is the next thing that it has to do. No, west can go south, because it can go here, there, so now it's joining the southbound traffic. So east wants to be able to go south, which is basically this over here. We'll wait for a second. The other thing, east, we need to be able to go from south to east, which is here. Let me connect. Oh, distance is too short, really? And then here is east to south. Horrible Cloverleaf. All right, do another check. North can go north. North can go east by doing what? By following this route, which works. How does north go to the south? We can cross to the top, or no, north can go to the west, rather, I mean, by crossing over and doing a little flip over there. That's good. Southbound traffic can end up going west that way, can go east by crossing over here and go that way, which is good. Eastbound traffic can go going north, and eastbound can go south by going this way, which is good. Westbound traffic can go north by connecting over here, and can end up going south by getting on here and turning around. Now, let's hope these roads can actually handle the traffic. Oh, the flying cars teleport to be near whatever road gets re-put down there. That's really cool, actually. I expected it to be much more disastrous than that. Now, there's the problem, but this is actually the way the road actually works in real life, that you get on here and then there's an immediate off-ramp over there, which means we may not have wanted to copy real life exactly and come up with a different sort of merging structure. But we'll see how it goes. This is going to take like an hour before, you know, these changes all properly take effect. Oh, we actually have... Hold on. We have traffic lights here now. When did those appear?